I just haven't gained any muscle. If anything, I've lost it. I've got even thinner. The chicken legs have got smaller. Hey guys, how's it going? TRX Travel Adam here. This video is a little chat on why and how I lost muscle with TRX training. And as you can see from these two videos, this one, I had been bulking. When I say bulking, I mean I'd been eating in a caloric excess of maybe between 500 to 700 calories over what my maintenance is. And then that was where we were at 6 months. And then I'd spent between maybe 8 to 10 weeks dieting down to get to this level. Now, this is then 6 months later. Now, if you look at them, and I'm by no means a big muscular guy, I just like to create a body that I'm happy with, comfortable with, that has some functional fitness strength, and I like to be able to do that anywhere in the world with my TRX. Ultimately to exist in a body that I am really happy with, because it gives me confidence, and it has a whole huge benefits of psychological reasons for why I TRX train, and the release of endorphins, and how I find it helps with stress and anxiety, a whole range of things which I've covered in some videos on mental health, and how I find that mindfulness and sort of meditation within TRX training can really help. So now, why did I lose muscle? If you look at the comparison between these two videos, it might only be very slight, but bearing in mind that, this one is, 6 months later. Now, if you look at them, I've lost muscle, you can see I've almost shrunk, or at least if I haven't shrunk, and you could argue I've stayed the same, I haven't gained anything in 6 months of training. Now, why? I'll tell you exactly why, and it's really simple. Because I was currently living in Mexico when I first started the cut in Mexico, and I was living there. I was on the beach a lot, and I was really happy. So I spent 10 weeks cutting down. I ate in a caloric excess for those 10 weeks, with the occasional sort of carbohydrate refeeds for mentally, and to keep my metabolism up. And it got to a place I was really happy. Now, instead of then going back to maintenance level and eating and carrying on training, or even eating a bit more and doing that for 3 months to then cut again for a month later, what did I try and do? I tried to continue to cut, and I tried to stay in a caloric deficit for what was going on 6 months later. And you can see from the vid that I just haven't gained any muscle. If anything, I've lost it. I've got even thinner. The chicken legs have got smaller. And that was because I tried to stay in a caloric deficit. I kept thinking, and this was a couple of years ago, I kept assuming that if I stay in a caloric deficit, I can keep burning fat. And I got 2 pounds lighter over that 6 months. And in my head, because I was constantly on the beach every day, I was thinking, oh, this 2 pounds is fat. It's fat. It's not. If you look, I haven't got any more ripped. I've just shrunk overall. So yes, I might have lost a bit of fat, but I've also lost muscle. And that's because I was pushing myself hard. I was constantly in a caloric deficit. I'd then binge eat on weekends and then feel really bad and train even harder. So I put myself through, my body through so much stress, and my mentality as well. I can remember being grumpy and moody, but yet I was in such a lovely place. And why? Because I was pushing myself way too much. And it's just not right to stay in a caloric deficit for that long. It was silly. And it's always sort of one step back, 2 steps forward when it comes to changing your body and an exercise. And that is why we have stages where we do a cut, then we at least go back to maintenance and let our body sort of recover, let the stresses, the stress of that cut, give your body enough nutrition so it can recover correctly. Mentally wise, it can shift you into a better position, a better place, better focus. And that's why we do the cut and then the slight sort of eating at maintenance or a bit above to then try and gain some more muscle and recover better. And then we do a cut again to see what's there. And it's just a slow process and an easy process of doing that. It's not complicated, I like to eat in excess for 3 or 4 months, and then I'll maybe do a 4 to 6 week cut. Or if I'm choosing to do that for longer, like 6 to 8 months, I'll then do a 2 to 3 months cut, because that's what it sort of takes, sensibly. you lose cut. Trying to diet to just lose 1% of your body weight a week is what you want to aim for. And I like to look at that as not trying to lose as much weight as I possibly can. I look at it as I don't want to lose anything less than 1% of my body weight a week. If I do, I will eat more to make sure it goes back up, which sounds crazy on a cut, but the slower you do it, the better you will feel and the easier it is. And basically, I didn't do that. I continued to try and cut. I tried to stay ripped or get more ripped. I tried to stay lean all the time. I can't speak for if you're taking enhancements. The craziest thing I take is creatine, reishi mushrooms, cordyceps mushrooms, and lion's mane. That's about as crazy as I get. And these aren't psychedelic mushrooms. These are just mushrooms for health, mushroom extracts. So yes, if you're trying to constantly be in this ripped diet and state, don't, honestly, take your time to eat in excess, or at least at maintenance, enjoy, turn your body into a training machine, really push your TRX training, push that bodyweight training, turn your body into a machine for those 3 or 4 months, then diet, enjoy it, and then, if you want to sort of not put it back on too fast, just bump up back to your maintenance level and just eat around that, keep your training going, and then maybe after 2 months of that, then maybe you do a 3-week cut, just to kind of stay in this sort of lean physique if you are on the beach a lot. I was on the beaches of Mexico living around there for about 7 or 8 months, TRX training. It was fantastic and it was wonderful, but as you can see, I lost muscle mass because I wasn't sensible in my approach. So yeah, that's just my experience, and I would recommend that it's not good to always stay in a caloric deficit or try and maintain that ripped look all the time. I know social media and external sources have you believe that that's possible. From my experience, it's not, and it's silly, and just it puts too much stress on your body overall, and let alone for mental health too. So yes, that is how and why I lost muscle mass with TRX training. However, now, because I eat in caloric excess, train hard, and then I choose when I want to cut, I am now gaining muscle with TRX, and my little chicken legs are getting a little bit bigger. They might now be just turkey legs, not chicken legs. Maybe they're a little bit bigger than turkey legs, but I'm pretty happy with the size that they're growing. I've been really training on my weak points throughout this COVID lockdown. So my outer quad, because I want to make my legs thicker. Specifically, I've been trying to build up my shoulders, the middle and rear deltoids. So paying a lot of attention to them. Lots of high rep TRX tees, prones, side raises, that sort of stuff. TRX face pulls, really burning them out, and I love it. I absolutely love feeling the pump on weak point training. I'm also trying to build my lats as well, using some resistant bands and TRX training rows and different styles, different tempos as well, which I've been posting some vids about too. So I'm super excited in January and February, maybe even into March, because I've sort of been on eating in caloric excess now for quite some time, albeit every 3 weeks I do drastically cut my calories for 4 or 5 days, and then I eat again back in the caloric excess for 3 weeks or so. And I'm going to do a separate video on why I do that. It's called cyclical cycling. It basically helps with insulin sensitivity, and it's a way to sort of keep your insulin sensitivity spot on, which can help your training a hell of a lot. And I also love the feeling of a diet. I quite like pushing myself, and just the feeling of how it sort of changes your body and your mind, and the ketone releases and stuff as you lower your carbs, and how your mind just fires up after even a 24-hour fast period. I sometimes do. But I'm going off course as I always do. So much to talk about, so much awesome things within health and fitness, around TRX training and the mind-muscle connection in the body. It's fantastic. So yeah, if you've experienced this too, or maybe it's just a little bit of an eye-opener for you, to sort of let go and allow yourself to put on weight, and be comfortable in that. It takes a while, but I think you'll find the process much more steadier. It's exactly what bodybuilders, stage athletes do. They have a process of a time where they gain weight to be comfortable, to perform well, to turn their bodies into machines. And then they have a time when they're going on stage, and they've sculpted their body, they've gave their body enough calories to sculpt, that they then diet down. So yes, there's plenty of examples out there of this just a simple routine, and it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. I hope you found this little video helpful, maybe insightful, possibly even debatable. Please, if you find it debatable, let me know in the comments below. And I will always strive to debate back or argue back or agree to disagree. Yes, thank you very much for watching. If you like sort of TRX training anywhere, and mindfulness and meditation and all that sort of stuff, and the real mind to muscle connection within TRX training and the ability to do it anywhere, that is what I love and that's what I'm all about. And my passion is to help people basically achieve a body that they love and they're happy with, and a fitness level they're happy with anywhere in the world, in a home garden, with a TRX in their own space, in their own place, in their own time. So yes, please subscribe and hit the little bell icon. I don't post regularly, but when I do, I try to make it content that is relevant from experience and scientific. And of course, TRX and occasionally resistance band training, because I think they're fantastic too. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.